कृपया लक्ष द्या. जयपुर वाया कोटा.
कृपया ध्यान आपो अहमदाबाद.
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत.
लखनऊ जंक्शन.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವವರೇ
Hyderabad Punjab Express পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন. कृपया ध्यान दियो.
नमस्कार, क्रिकबज़ लाइव में आपका स्वागत है. मैं हूं गौरव कपूर, मेरे साथ हैं माइकल वॉन और साइमन डूल.
Namaskar, kaise hai Barrio? Barrio? What? We in the right studio? What?
That was good though. That was very good.
That was very good.
That was he
But
went.
actually, the rehearsal, you didn't say that. You just said namaste.
Yeah.
Now he's taking it to a different level.
He just went with it. I love it.
What does that mean, by the way? Means how are you, my friend?
Yeah. He's done an RCB. You expected 1 or 2 wins. He went for 6. And succeeded. Well done. Yeah. This is what happens. When I'm on this chair, when I'm in this set. My default setting is I speak Hindi, but no, this is English, as you probably can't tell it by looking at me, but one look at my guess, and you'd be able to guess what language the show is going to be in today. That's Michael Vaughan on the left, and that's Simon Doull on the right. Of course, last night's game was so amazing. We're still recovering from it, you know. Everybody has hangovers on Sunday from Saturday night. Ours is a different kind of hangover. In fact, Dooley was feeling such FOMO after the game last night that he's pretty much taken a flight and landed 20 minutes ago.
Just jumped on a plane. I thought I was messaging the big boss, and I thought I'd better get on the plane. And so it was sort of towards the end of the game as the flight was taking off, so I couldn't watch it, unfortunately, but I was keeping up on the app. And I thought, I've just got to get back. I've got to get back for the last week.
But just like a lot of people were coming back, did you get a seat or did you have to stand?
No, I had a seat.
Like a Mumbai bus.
I had a very nice seat. Thank you very much. I had a very nice seat.
I'll tell you who knows about Mumbai buses is Michael Vaughan, who does a Mumbai tour pretty much every morning before coming to set. What did you see today? What are the wonders of the world that you saw today?
I actually... I was too busy watching a boxing fight late last night, so I had a bit of a lie-in.
But not on the road.
No, not on the road, no.
That can happen as well.
That sometimes happens on a Monday morning.
Was that decision correct? I missed that as well.
Yeah, the big fight, yeah.
Yeah.
My man Tyson Fury got beat by
Usyk?
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to talk about football. We're going to talk about boxing. We'll talk about sightseeing. Maybe somewhere in there we'll talk about cricket as well, because this is the last day of the league. It has been a fascinating league. Last night there is a team that has literally come from nowhere. What they lost? They had lost 7 out of their first 8. That's right.
Yeah.
They lost 7 out of their first 8. People were telling them to basically just sell the team. I've read tweets from a number 1 tennis retired legend of India who said, big Bangalore fans so exasperated, so frustrated. And that's how all fans were, Michael, after 8 games when they had only 1 win.
Yeah, remarkable turnaround. They've just got, some kind of rhythm going. Obviously, if you're at the top of the order, Paddy Dow's just been sensational. Lockie Ferguson's come in and played a roll down the backhand. Siraj just found a bit of swing. They've got a good replacement now from Will Jacks to Glenn Maxwell. Things that found a bit of form last night. Took a flying one-handed catch. He's about 55, but he's still springing
Sorry,
around.
I'm just laughing because he said Will Jackson's replacement, Glenn Maxwell, just really smoothly in there, like we would have noticed.
Well, I'm just saying.
It's true though.
Yeah. Yeah, and on social media, the RCB fans, they let you know.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They are strong.
I've been getting this a lot because I had given RCB a chance to qualify. I had said, yeah, they look good this year to qualify. And I'd said no to SRH. So I've had not too many, but 9 or 10 SRH fans on my time.
So wait a minute, when did you say that you felt...
Start of the tournament.
At the start.
Right.
So after 8 games, what did you feel?
After 8 games, I felt I was wrong.
You'd given up. You'd given up.
I thought that all of Joy's calculations and all the qualification scenarios that were coming, I thought they were more fiction than fact.
I think it was around the same time that I think I tweeted that there's no way that RCB can win this IPL with this bowling attack.
Oh, no one's laughing.
They're coming back at you now.
Twitchy bum time.
They're coming back at you now. They are. But we all had our reasons. Right? I mean, it was pretty solid what Michael said at that point in time.
Yeah,
the reason I had said,
have they? They haven't. No.
The reason I had said SRH would not qualify, I felt, is because the last few years I thought that their leadership transition, their management, it seemed a little messy. And I thought, well, they're changing a captain again. I don't know if they'll have a smooth transition. But you know what? I actually have seen it was just the exact opposite of what Mumbai was. That transition was not smooth, whereas the succession plan with SRH turned out to be really smooth, smoother than we all expected.
Yeah, and I think we've talked about it a little bit, haven't we, in the past, the sort of combination between Pat Cummins, between Daniel Vettori, who spent a lot of time with Australian cricket under Andrew McDonald in the last few years, that seems to have worked really well. Right, yeah. But also you take into account the quality of human being that Aiden Markram is. And to be able to step down and not have to, not be happy not to play that role.
Yeah,
and just
not to
do whatever the team needs. Yeah. Sometimes he hasn't played at all. So you're talking about, you've got to have the ducks in a row. You've got to have quality people in those situations. The guy taking over has to have an enormous amount of respect from all the players and everyone underneath them, which Pat Cummins obviously has. And so the way that the coaching staff put that together, the way they talk to the team about why it's happening, how it's happening, all of those things make a huge difference. And I think you can see why.
It's a bunch of intangibles that kind of just can magically come together in a season for people. And we've seen that season after season for teams where you go, I don't think they have the personnel. They may be playing a team that has better personnel, but, that team ends up winning because there is that magic ingredient, which is sort of team spirit. But essentially, it's just about pulling in the right direction, pulling in the same direction, more importantly.
Yeah, and it's also about maximising what you've got.
Yeah.
And utilising certain players that may do certain things differently in other teams, but how's it going to work in this franchise? And I look at someone like Andy Flower at the RCB team, and I thought this year with the start that they had, he's probably looked at the team and thought, well, we possibly can't win it, but I'll try and find out about a few players this season. He'll be delighted that they've made the qualifications because it's probably beyond his budget of what he was putting in place. But it's no surprise to me because Andy Flower is a very smart operator, and he'll have just little things that they've done and just little changes that they've made, and getting Virat to play the modern T20 way, which has been sensational. The way that he's batted, he's gone after those first six. He's gone after over 7 to 16 with a strike. I think we had it on the show yesterday around 155, beyond any time in the IPL that he's batted in that period before. So I think the team have got kind of certain individuals in and amongst it playing as well as they possibly can. And that's what leadership's all about. That's what the real good combinations of captain and coaches can do and get the best out of the players.
I think for Hyderabad, Dooley, the magic has, of course, been Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma at the top. They've been absolutely phenomenal. Their bowling's been all right as well. But are they, with the way they're batting, with their 125-run power play and whatever are they the most dangerous team right now? I mean, I know all top four are dangerous on the day, but are they one of those that when they get it wrong, when a team gets it wrong, they get it wrong. And that's any team. They're equal on that day. But when they get it right, they just seem to get it right 2x than anybody else.
Yeah, they do. And they would be the most feared combination in the tournament, I think, from a bowling point of view. When you're looking back thinking, OK, if we just miss, if we're not on song here, these two can and will take us down. So, different areas. I think you can possibly go wide to both of them, to be fair, if you want to take away a little bit of that power. But they're very, very powerful and very strong. And you think about, the opening combination. I mean, almost 600 runs. The average is great. The run rate, I mean, almost going at 14s. Going at 14s, 300 partnerships and a 50 partnership. I mean, when they get them off to that flying start, it hurts you. And they either break the back of the chase, which they haven't done very often, or they just take the game away from you inside that first 6, 7, 8 overs from a chasing point of view. Incredibly tough to bowl to, and they've just got a few more games to do it yet.
They just make, we've seen some explosive batting in the IPL in the power play in the previous years. But these guys make 75, 80 look like a boring Monday morning, right? It's just what you do, get up, make a cup of coffee, show up at work, train.
It's power, finesse, it's fearless. They know exactly what they're trying to achieve. They've hit every kind of ball that's thrown at them pretty much out of the park, and that's what they practice. It's the modern way. I'm thinking about, kind of going ahead for Australia, and you look at Jake Fraser-McGurk and Travis Head as a combination.
Yeah,
and those two
that's why I thought they missed a trick. I mean, how have they taken Warner and not Fraser-McGurk?
I agree. I think they've gone completely for a huge amount of experience. I guess he's earned the right. David Vaughan has been sensational, but when you see Jake Fraser-McGurk not in that T20 World Cup team for Australia squad even, you go, whew, I think the rest of the world will be quite happy with that, but we'll get to see that in time. That's going to be a great combo, but this combination for the Sunrisers has just been, again, you're looking at leadership, Pat Cummins, Daniel Vettori. Have they gone to this opening partnership and given them a complete licence?
Yeah. And
I bet they haven't said, oh, by the way, we're aiming for 250, 270s. It'll be what's possible.
Yeah.
Correct.
Go out there with that mindset and let's see what's possible. You go out with the mindset, every single ball that you face, you can hit for 6. If you can't hit for 6, you try and hit it for 4. And you know what? If you can't hit for 4, you try and whack it. And if you get a 2, great. If not, just get a single.
Yeah.
They go down.
Yeah,
literally,
go down from that way rather than looking for 1.
Rather than thinking, just get yourself in and get off.
Maybe
strike.
I'll get a 4.
Yeah. No, it's completely start high and end up low.
I like what Vaughan is saying about how can Jake Fraser-McGurk not make it to the Australian team. And then you look at the Hyderabad team and we say that Fraser-McGurk, you'll have 10 teams in this T20 World Cup would say, we'd happily take him.
Yeah.
Just like there'd be 9 teams in the IPL who'd say, we'll happily take Glenn Phillips, who's sitting on the bench for SRH. But that's the kind of riches they have. On the other side, depleted cupboard for Punjab, because all the overseas players have left, pretty much all of them. They only have 2 available today, so they only have the 2 planes. They don't even have 4. They're batting first. They won the toss. Jitesh Sharma is captaining today, so that's their 3rd captain this season. And it just shows the kind of season that they've had. Plenty of changes. There's Atharva Taide at the top, played a few games last year, so we saw him attacking, can really go after. They've got Shivam Singh as well. Rishi Dhawan, well, he's playing his first game this season, I think. That's Rishi Dhawan's first game. Played a few last season on the back of a good domestic season in India. But if you look at the top, Atharva Taide, Prabh Singh, Riley Russo, who's not gone, Shashank Singh, Jitesh Sharma, Ashutosh Sharma, Shivam Singh, Harshal Patel, Rishi Dhawan, Harpreet Brar, Rahul Chahar. Their bowling looks decent enough. I mean, they've got the decent spin options there. Do we have their impact subs right now? We have the Hyderabad team, right? But let's just look at their batting right now. Obviously, severely depleted. It's the last game for them. And again, you don't write this script, right? Nobody plans this schedule. This is a great... When things are going well, they're really going well, right? Really lucky break for Hyderabad that these guys don't have Sam Curran, no Rabada, no Livingston, no Johnny Bairstow. And today, Hyderabad is essentially playing for a number 2 spot.
Yeah, and the Dindigul Dragons star, Shivam Singh, getting an opportunity today. Only played 5 first-class games. He hasn't had a huge amount of opportunities, but these are the things that do happen when you lose players or when you're out of the tournament. When your overseas players have gone back to perform their international duties and got a World Cup coming up, so I understand it.
Yeah.
I don't particularly like it. I think if you're there for the long haul. But I do understand that you've got actually international games going on right now. Then players do have to leave, so that's fine with me. But it does open up other opportunities. You get a chance to see what someone can do. What a youngish, he's late 20s. What it's a player like that who hasn't been in and around the setup can do. So you've got to take those opportunities. You might only get one.
Yep.
To show people how good you are, you might only get one. But they are, hugely depleted. And on the batting front, the key, isn't it? Bairstow, Livingston, Curran's been very good with the bat for them for the most part. So, they're huge losses.
But even for you, you're the Hyderabad team, you're looking at this, you know what's at stake for you. It's nothing at stake for Punjab, right? They just want to come out, they want to play, they want to have some fun. But you don't want to be taking the Punjab team lightly, even though you've got a great batting order still. You've got Abhishek, I'm guessing Travis Head will come in as the impact sub because he's not listed here. Rahul Tripathi comes in. We haven't seen him in a while. I remember a time when he was the mainstay of this batting lineup. They were talking India T20 for him all the time, and then he just fell off this season. Nitish Reddy, Heinrich, Klaasen, haven't seen runs from him for a good 20 days or so he could be due today. Abdul Samad, Shahbaz Ahmed, Sanveer Singh, Pat Cummins, Vijay Kant, Vyaskant, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, T. Natarajan, who's been very good for them. Wani, I was saying this batting lineup will go, yeah, sure, but, we shouldn't take this as an easy day. No 2 points are given in this tournament. You got to earn them. Yeah,
absolutely. I don't think there's ever a T20 game across the kind of globe of franchise cricket where you can be guaranteed X will beat Y.
Yeah.
It only takes 2 or 3 players to rock up and do something special, and you can put any team under pressure. But the Punjab team they're a bit of a rabble. They really are a franchise that doesn't from the outside look like it's operating in a very sensible way. There looks to be lots of swapping and changing and not a great deal of consistency. Obviously, the lack of overseas pros today will affect them, and it's a massive opportunity for the Sunrisers. Sunrisers win today. Rajasthan play tonight against KKR. KKR on fire. Rajasthan without Butler. Rajasthan on the back of losing 4 on the trot. Yeah. This is a big chance for the Sunrisers to get that second spot. And it's a must-win, obviously, but it's also a crucial win for them to make sure that they're only one away from being in that final, and that's the road that you want to go on is just to try and win one more game to get to that final.
We say it all the time, Dooley, about how 1 and 2 is where you want to finish and not 3 and 4. Today, 2 and 3 could be separated by a hair's breadth, literally. But it's a world of a difference. You can just reiterate to our viewers what a world of a difference 2 is from 3.
I think, what are we saying? Sunrise are the only side that have ever won
after not being 1 and 2.
After not being 1 and 2?
Yeah.
Is that right? And that was...
I know they did. They were not 1 and 2 then.
No, I think they won it.
I think they're the only one.
They won it from 3rd or 4th, but they're the only team that has won the IPL from 3rd or 4th, I think. So it just shows you what a difference finishing 1 or 2 makes, and taking that sort of form into the tournament as well. And I think with Sunrisers, probably that 11-12 day break now, having included the rain out a few days ago, it might have come at the right time for them as well. You just freshen up all those legs. I see Noah Unadkat today. He's played a big role for them. Yeah. So Noah Unadkat in their bowling lineup, which I guess is somewhat of a little bit of a surprise. But they've just freshened everybody up. They would have got away completely, I think, some of them, and just had 4 or 5 days even away from the camp. And just said, let's have a nice break. Let's get nice and fresh and hit the ground running again tonight.
Yeah, you sure? No, sometimes you could get a little rusty. Just a tad rusty, having not played for so... It's a long time to not play, 12 days in this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at it that. You can look at it on a positive that you're rested and you're fresh, or you can look at it on a negative and say, they've not been playing too much cricket and they could be rusty, as you say. I'm just looking at that 2 and 3 spot. I wouldn't want to play RCB.
Okay.
With the momentum and everything, sorry for using that word, but with the style of play that they've produced in the last 6 games, it's a strong performance on a regular basis. I'd want to get into that second spot to give yourself a bit more of a chance.
I don't think you want to play KKR as well. Just which team do you really want to play right now? Because all of them, I was just saying that Rajasthan Royals with their 4 losses in a row, perhaps looking compared to the other 3, little softish, right? And with no Jos Buttler. But that team, I mean, they've been playing fantastically. So they could be just one solid performance away from being the team they were in the first 9 games or so. So anyway, so these guys, Hyderabad today bowling first. I'm a little surprised, though, that Punjab has chosen batting first, because we've heard some murmurs of rain as well here, right? Today for the first game? Yeah,
and I think there's a couple of things at play there, though, isn't it? You take the strength of Hyderabad away, which is batting first and blowing you out of the game. Okay. Even in a rain-affected encounter, if they bat ridiculously how they have done, batting first, put 260, 270 on the board, even in a DLS situation, it's hard.
But also
if Punjab get 160, Sunrisers chase it down in 9.2.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's true.
Which is what they do.
And then we do a 1.5 hour show between...
Chennai have won from 3rd as well.
So that's it. It's happened one
more time, I think. But that's what we're saying. So, I mean, rain around, yes, maybe. But maybe they just want to take away the strength.
And also, I guess just in this heat and this kind of weather, I always say better burn 2 people than burn all 11.
Yes.
Because it is oppressive out there, man. Just all over India right now. This is just a horrid time to be... I know I played tennis from 12 to 1 today. It was 1 hour.
It's not smart, though.
Yeah, but I'm not known to make smart decisions, Julie. Which part of knowing me for so many years?
Yeah, it's a good point.
Gives you smart decisions. All right, well, so Punjab has chosen to bat first. They are missing a lot of players. Still no Shikhar Dhawan even today. So that has been one mystery. But we got an Ask Cricbuzz live question just about that, actually. And we were talking about that right now. How with the Punjab team, it just seems a shambles, right? I mean, this is 10 years. But what this does not tell you is that they've had a 5-year run before that as well. So which means they've only made it to the playoffs twice. And that's sad. But 10 years, no team has gone so many seasons without a playoff spot. Vedant Patnaik is obviously a cricket geek. So we've seen Delhi has had those stretches, Rajasthan has had those. Punjab have another stint of 5. Oh, sorry, it was there. What is fundamentally wrong about them? What is so fundamentally wrong about them? I like the choice of word, Vedant. Okay. My question to you, Vedant, is, return question, how much time do you have? Yeah. Do you guys want to start? Can you keep this to under 1,000 words?
Probably can. Look, what is fundamentally wrong? I think the ownership structure has had far too much input into the people who do not know cricket have had far too much input into the cricket side of things. I don't think they've ever had a cricket head as such that they can leave alone and just let run the cricket side of things. The greatest thing about this tournament is that before a ball is bowled, every team has made money now.
About 500 crores.
Yeah.
Easy.
So you're not playing for your spot. There's no promotion relegation.
Yeah.
There's no loss of earnings. The only thing you will lose or lack is probably the sponsorship dollar, which in the end is probably negligible compared to what you are making from the get-go from your television rights.
Yeah.
So there is no absolute need to win this tournament.
Yep.
There is a want and a will to win it.
True.
And sometimes you can have too much input from an ownership point of view into structures or cricketing terms that you have no idea about. That would be how I would put it.
Yeah.
Very well put. I'll make it very simple. The performance levels that we've just had on the screen, they're not doing very well. So there's a reason why they're not doing very well. Just try next year for the owners to stay here. Let the cricket people choose the team, pick the team, coach the team, and just see where they end up. And I will guarantee it will be better than this year.
I'm just saying, if it hasn't worked for so many years, that suggestion does not seem outlandish.
Well, exactly.
Because you're seeing it being successful. I'm seeing it being successful with KKR this year. It's very evident. The relationship that Shah Rukh Khan and Gautam Gambhir have has been well chronicled in the past. Their wins of 12 and 14, Gautam Gambhir has easily said that Shah Rukh gave me a free hand and said, you don't tell me how to choose my film, so I'm not going to tell you how to choose your team. You run your team the way you do. And obviously they had a separation. He's come back there now. You can tell. It's easy to see. It's
and
easy
it's
to
not
see.
like they haven't had decent people in charge as well. You think about Anil Kumble, Mike Hesson, Virender Sehwag. They've had good people.
Trevor Bayliss is
a
World Cup winning coach.
Yeah.
He knows how to control a cricket team.
Yeah.
So it's not like they've had bad people in charge.
Yeah.
I think, they just got to separate.
It's not given enough autonomy.
Just separate it and just try it for 1 year. Just have zero input. Just say, here's the money. You are my cricket manager. We will not make one phone call throughout the season. Let's just try that and see what happens.
But even before that, the auction.
Yeah.
Go and appoint a director of cricket to work with Trevor Bayliss and let them do the rest. There's your budget. There you go. You go and pick your team.
Yeah.
And I'll guarantee that next year they'll do a better job.
I'm just saying, because when you look at the numbers, you say, obviously, there's great players in that team, right? There's no secret. There's great players in every team. That's the one given thing with a cap and with the same amount of money for everyone to spend. The budget is the same. You don't get lopsided teams like you get in the English Premier League, right? You get very level teams that way. But yet, no batter has given them a 500-run season in this auction cycle. They had the money, they had the players. So obviously, it is something off field, which is not clicking in place for them.
And that's the one thing I hear, and I'm not going to name players, but over the years, and I've been here since year one, so many players want to leave that franchise after a season. They want out.
Yeah.
They can't wait to get away from that franchise after a season. And that tells you something. It must tell you something about it.
Wow.
And
part of the battle of when you're creating franchises or county teams, state teams, is you want to try and create the best environment for other people to go, I want to join that.
Yeah.
So when you do get in a position, we need a quick bowler, we need a spinner, or we need an opening batter, or a middle order batter, you ring around the traps, they all want to come and play for you because they know that you've created such a good culture and a good environment. You don't always win. But if the environment around the team is always good and strong and enjoyable, you've got to remember that cricket is there to be enjoyed. You want players to come over and enjoy playing the game of cricket. Now, if they're not enjoying it, you're not going to get the best out of them. And I just look at the Punjab, and Doull is absolutely right. There's something categorically not right with the culture, the setup. And he's right in what he says. There's many players, and I know many players have played. I'm not saying any of the England players that are there at the minute because I haven't spoken to them, but there's been many players in the past that have mentioned they'd rather play for someone else.
Last question. You've spoken to so many players post-season, post-retirement, etc., which is, you hear a few teams that they really desperately want to be a part of.
Chennai.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. On the buzzer almost, right?
Yeah, very much.
Yeah. It's just, I feel like you see it, and you see that Stephen Fleming and MS Dhoni have just created that kind of... There's something there that just unlocks potential. Yeah, I think after 17 seasons, I think it becomes pretty clear. And I think even for fans who are not keeping up with the game on a daily basis, like we are, even for them, I think it just becomes very evident.
Well, the other thing is, Punjab is a cricket-loving state.
Yeah.
They've produced some unbelievable cricketers.
But I just want to add to this, their Mushtaq Ali team, their T20 domestic team is guns.
It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Who manages that?
Get them in. But they have produced a long list of Indian talent over a vast number of years. So it's not like it's not a cricket-loving, and they've always sort of, not always, but they struggled to get that sort of core group around them as well as a fan base and a support system and filled stadiums. It's been better. It's been better this year, Lumpur, to be fair.
Do you think, whoever the owners are of Punjab, and I don't know a huge amount, do you think they'd let the cricketers go into their boardroom and let the cricketers tell them how to run their business?
No.
Exactly.
You don't even need to know anyone to say no.
Exactly.
Yeah. Also, a lot of owners as well, and that can happen as well because you can have different ideas.
Yeah.
It's not saying that all ideas from owners are bad across the board, but sometimes when you have too many, maybe that can happen because we know there's a lot of owners there, so maybe but there's something.
Too many chefs in the kitchen.
Too many chefs. You're right. You feel like, because you want every team to succeed. You want the players to do well. You want it to be a level tournament. And we've always felt like a purse for the auction kind of achieves that. But then when one falls away like that, just so evidently, and not making it to the playoffs 15 times out of 17, that's got to hurt. So I hope they can fix that in the auction, and they can fix that next year. But there's a team that fixed it, is Hyderabad. They fixed it, and they fixed it proper after, being down there last year to up there this year. I think if we talk about their bowling, we must talk about Natarajan, Dooley. Take it away. He's been fantastic.
Yeah, he has, and a nice comeback for him as well. He had a tough year last year, had some injuries as well. But those numbers, and we think about the modern day, we think about this season in particular, impact substitute. He's bowling the tough overs.
Yeah.
He's bowling death overs and going under 10 across the tournament. They are seriously, seriously good numbers. There's going to be a few and very few that are better. Bumrah's obviously right at the top of the tree with that side of things, but he's really putting his hand up to say, I'm back. I'm back in contention for an Indian. He was in discussions for a plane trip to the Caribbean and to the United States. He was in and around some people's discussions. So, he's been really good. He's starting to get the slower balls right. He's nailing those Yorkers again. And he's bowling the tough overs. As I say, that's all you can ask.
I remember when the Border Gavaskar Trophy happened, there was Natarajan, who was basically how it started was he was a gate crasher at the wedding. Then he became a guest, and by the end of the third week, he was the groom.
Exactly.
Like, what happened here? Hello. So he did really well in that series. He was there, and then just a bunch of injuries, and for a fast bowler, that can become unnerving. So just showing a lot of character, steel, temperament to come back from those injuries and mark a season like this.
Yeah, injuries generally are the pitfall for a quick bowler and a skillful bowler. You're coming back and you're always a little bit wary of your body. You need your rhythm back, and that takes a bit of time. So I completely understand why he's been a bit inconsistent. He's found his form because he's played game after game after game and started to play a bit more, probably found a bit more of his rhythm, but he's got the skills. He's a perfect T20 player because he's got all the different variations required. He's quick enough. He's got all the different swing elements. He's got that slow ball. He's got that York. He can bowl the odd bouncer, left arm, pretty much everything that you require in T20 cricket. So it actually doesn't surprise me when I see those numbers on the screen. He has got the ability to bamboozle batters at the back end as well. When a player's set, he's got the ability to bowl that ball that breaks open that partnership, and it's exactly. And also having Pat Cummins as his skipper. When he's got Cummins next to him, you're kind of going, is Pat giving him a little bit of confidence as well? You know, I believe, again, I've not been in Pat Cummins' dressing room, but I believe he's a brilliant man manager of people. So maybe having him next to him is just giving him a bit of confidence as well.
Just giving him a pat on the back. Stop it.
Stop it.
All right, I'll tell you what bamboozles us. The joy factor question, always, without fail. Unless sometimes he phones it in. I don't know what it is today. This former franchise skipper came into the league as an injury replacement for $100,000 and has been part of the tournament ever since. Name him. Franchise skipper.
Former franchise skipper.
$100,000.
Got it?
Do you have it? You got it. You have it?
No.
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 I got that misleading.
I've been part of the tournament ever since.
Yeah.
Like that.
So part of the tournament,
I like that.
As a player, as a
I'm
coach,
telling you
a
now,
commentator.
I'm telling you he's moved into a different role.
Oh.
Yeah, but he has been part of the tournament ever since.
Commentator. Or maybe umpire. Is there an umpire?
Player.
No.
Not an umpire.
No.
Player.
And the only one I remember was when Chris Gale came in for Dirk Nannis. Do you remember that? Gale is not there.
Yeah.
He was there
Bangalore.
yesterday. He was there yesterday.
He was there yesterday with RCB with that big beard right up till here. The food catcher, as I like to call it. Okay, send in your answers. Hashtag Joy Factor, hashtag Cricbuzz Live. I know the last thing that makes for compelling television is three blokes sitting around thinking. Right? I wonder what the answer is. We'll be here all day just like this in the Statue of David pose, just trying to wonder what the Joy Factor question was. We are quicker on our answers when we think about our guessing game. I just want to tell you that this is how the guessing game works. We try to guess the score in the first innings and the power play score in the second innings. Whoever gets it to 10 runs within each other gets that, and we work on percentages. How many of you got right so far? I was away for 6 days, and apparently in my absence, young Saimi Kher has done well, and apparently left you with the task as well to mislead me and not let me get anything right. Was that it?
Well, and she's right. You're the top of the leaderboard, so you should go first.
I should go. I'm happy to go first. I have no.
Hey, I've jumped to fourth.
You've jumped to 4. Yeah.
I think I was sixth when I left.
I'm telling you, absence makes the heart grow fonder and makes you go up on the guessing game leaderboard because everybody else just keeps getting it wrong. All right, go first. Punjab batting. You know, I'll tell you what will happen with Punjab. Punjab will either get all out for 160 today or they're going to get 210. So I'm going to average it out and I'm going to go 193.
193. So this is the plan. So it's the same as...
You're going to box me in.
So I'll go 194, you go 192.
Is that what she wants? Is that what she wants to do?
Yeah, that was the tactic.
Oh, really?
She obviously doesn't want the Fair Play Award.
That's dirty play. That's dirty play.
That was a message to me as we left last night.
I just want to tell you, Behan's done the math. Even if I lose all 4 today, I'll still be in the lead.
Yeah.
So you have
I
to
think you
now
just gotta play your own
I think
game.
you've gone too high.
Do you want to go with
Play your own
loyalty
game.
or do you want to go with integrity?
I'm going to go... No,
Integrity?
Yeah, integrity. Let's go
Great.
integrity. I'm going to go 165.
See, they will.
I'm going to go low.
Yeah.
I was going to go in that sort of region, but I'll go in between now then.
There's enough
So
space.
yeah, 178.
178.
That's roughly.
Excellent.
That's in between somewhere.
Yeah, so
13
Yeah,
from
193.
Yeah,
193,
Yeah.
178.
it's 13 from
160.
him and 15 from you.
Perfect.
That's about right.
You've got a 10
78,
swing. That's
yeah.
great.
Spread it out.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's good for us. All right, let's see how it goes. Let's see what Punjab can do. They're missing a lot of their overseas pros. They're also missing Shikhar Dhawan. So, yeah, it's a very inexperienced batting lineup, but can they come good? If they do, then, they have the firepower to do it. And how many will be in their mind? How many are enough for that Hyderabad batting unit? Hyderabad, of course, want to get these 2 points and seal a number 2 position or get close to a number 2 position. Can they do that? We'll catch you at the end of the 10th over with Cricbuzz Combox. We'll have a look at what's going on then. Big thank you to Simon Doull and Michael Vaughan. मैं हूं गौरव कपूर. आप देख रहे थे क्रिकबज़ लाइव. नमस्ते. शुक्रिया.
जयपुर वाया कोटा
कृपया ध्यान आपो अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವರೆ
Hyderabad Superfast Express পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন। कृपया ध्यान दो